A Helldivers 2 community manager has responded to significant backlash from many players regarding the game's requirement that you link a PlayStation Network account to your Steam account in order to play the game if you have downloaded it via Steam. The community manager claims that any kind of negative feedback will probably go unheard. Before we get to this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at the Trent Report. Wrote this up over at thatparkplace.com, and we have Helldivers to community manager Spitz responding to numerous players regarding the game requiring a PlayStation Network account in order to play it on Steam. This is what the Helldivers 2 or Sony, who publishes Helldivers 2, they're not the developers. Arrowhead Game Studios are the developers, but it is published through Sony. They posted an update to the Steam forums regarding the game. And it says, due to technical issues at the launch of Helldivers 2, we allowed the linking requirements for Steam accounts to a PlayStation Network account to be temporarily optional. The grace period will now expire. See details below in this post. That's just a weird sentence because you don't need to say that, because you just gotta read the next sentence. It's like the stupid trailers. They're like, the trailer will begin. It's like, I know, I clicked on the trailer. Thanks. Account linking plays a critical role in protecting our players and upholding the values of safety and security provided on PlayStation and PlayStation Studios games. This is our main way to protect players from griefing and abuse by enabling the banning of players that engage in that type of behavior. It also allows those players that have been banned the right to appeal. As such, as of May 6th, all new Helldivers 2 players on Steam will be required to connect their Steam account to a PlayStation Network account. Current players on Steam will start to see the mandatory login from May 30th and will be required to have linked a Steam and PlayStation Network account by June 4th. PlayStation Network accounts are free and easy to set up using this link, and they provide instructions in that link there. So this reasoning for the account linking, which is basically they want to ban players, was reiterated by Helldivers 2 community manager Spitz. He said this: Sony is the publisher and needs a way to ban PC players. Right now, they can only do that by having to send a name to Valve, which is the parent company of Steam, and wait for Valve to action the ban. If players are required to have a PlayStation Network linked to their Steam, Sony can just ban the PlayStation Network to keep them off the game instead of having to go through Valve. If a Sony account isn't required to play the game or it isn't connected to Steam, it's very hard for Sony to track player accounts. Steam doesn't allow us to have any way to keep track of unique player IDs through our systems. And since players on Steam can all have duplicate usernames, if we get a report for a user named John, for example, we have no idea which of the 450,000 players named John we're trying to ban. But if they have a unique Sony ID linked to their Steam account, we can tell exactly which John it is and ban them easily. Nevertheless, numerous players have indicated they will stop playing the game due to the requirement to link their Steam account to a PlayStation Network. In response to a number of players expressing their dislike of this new policy, community manager Spitz has noted that the PlayStation Network account linking was required at launch, but was disabled 36 hours after the game was available. He says it literally was required at launch, and it's been on the Steam page since before launch. It was disabled about 36 hours after the game was available. In other posts, which I don't think I included in here, he noted that it was because it was it wasn't working properly, and it was breaking the game, I think, at least to some degree. He also noted that the account linking had been listed as a requirement on Steam since it was listed on Steam. Although clearly it wasn't actually a requirement, right? Given the fact that they disabled it 36 hours after launching the game. He says this panel has been unchanged since the game was listed on Steam, and making an account with an email pass in 5 minutes to link it and forget about it forever really isn't a huge deal, to be honest. Well, maybe not to you, but clearly to a lot of gamers it is. They don't want to be linking to a PlayStation Network account. They don't want their Steam account linked to PlayStation Network. That's probably why they play via Steam. Spitz also encouraged players to express their dislike of the update. He wrote this: if you dislike the requirement to link your account, you're more than welcome to change your Steam review to negative or do whatever it takes to make that dislike known. but attacking Arrowhead devs, the community team, our moderators, or any other person who has no control or input into the changes isn't going to help anyone. So I didn't really look that closely at the Discord. It's kind of just searching through this guy's posts, but I didn't see anyone like really attacking anyone personally. They were just kind of criticizing the this new change and saying it was terrible. And they did that in various forms, but I didn't see anyone like personally attacking anyone. However, he also added that the negative feedback regarding the account linking would likely not have any effect. He says feedback is always listened to, most of it is passed on, and most of what is passed on is considered and goes into what changes we make. When it comes to a requirement from Sony that has existed since pre-launch, that's not true. So they can say they had that on there, and they can say that that was their original plan, but clearly that was not required to play the game. It was not a requirement. Spitz even admitted it was not a requirement. That's why they're making this change, because it wasn't a requirement, because you didn't need to link your PlayStation Network account. So it was not a requirement. That's just not true. That's a lie. I don't think feedback is going to change much. So there he says, I don't think feedback is going to change much. He doesn't think that any kind of negative commentary, any kind of review downvoting, which is happening. There's significant review downvoting happening. If you go to the Steam page now, you can see that the current reviews are mixed. I was looking at it on SteamDB. You can see that I think there's like 25,000 negative reviews or something like that now, or at least that's what it looked like. It looked like it was 25,000 now. Those were all new. So people are changing their reviews from positive to negative, and potentially new players are going in and down voting the game, or leaving bad reviews on the game. So not only has Spitz claimed the feedback will not matter, but what it appeared to be deleted posts. I couldn't find these when I did a search, but these were shared to X by Snowball Boy 777. He appears to be mocking or mocked at least one player expressing dislike of the change. So you can see here this screenshot. It's not like this is the first or even the 14th mainstream game to require a third-party account that takes a couple of minutes to create. But if it's a deal breaker to have to take 120 seconds out of your day to enter an email and password and then forget about it, change your Steam review and make your displeasure known on a platform where it matters. So clearly, lots of people have been taking that advice, have been changing their Steam reviews, have been giving negative reviews on the game now due to this new policy change. And then here's where he's kind of mocking this guy. Eternal Sweet says, this will kill Helldivers 2 on Steam, backpedal or lose your player base. And then Spitz says, I thought you were refunding and leaving. So I don't even understand why, as a community manager, you would respond to a post like that. That's kind of something that you just like, okay, that's great. Like, thank you for expressing your concern. Duly noted. Instead, he decides to mock him. I thought you were refunding and leaving. Now, I don't know if Eternal Swede said he was going to refund or leave, but regardless, I don't think you'd want to do that to someone who's clearly probably purchased your game, is highly engaged in the community, or at least is engaged enough to join your Discord. Like, I just don't understand this. Like, it's just no respect for these people that actually like your product, have been playing it, and are upset with like a change that you've made. And what do? Instead of just kind of acknowledging them, we hear you. I will take this feedback to the dev team. You post, I thought you were refunding and leaving. This is like Kelly Sue DeConnick stuff. If you don't like my politics, don't buy my book. Shuti Gatwa, what did he just say? Turn off your TV. Don't watch Doctor Who. I mean, what is going on with these people? What happens to those franchises? I mean, comic books are dead now. No one is buying Marvel or DC comics. I think there was some report that their sales have cratered like 25% or something like that over at DC. And then obviously Doctor Who's ratings are in the toilet. It's not even showing up on Nielsen here in the United States when it airs on Disney Plus. And the BBC numbers have just been atrocious, completely catastrophic decline. And that looks like what's going to happen to this. I mean, people don't want to be treated like garbage. And that's kind of what this is. But let me know what you guys make of this. What are you doing? Do you play Helldivers 2? Are you leaving negative Steam reviews? Will you stop playing the game because they're requiring a PlayStation Network account? Linking? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable to each other, but to always speak the truth.